Gradius POW.
Righty people, it's the 200th episode. After doing this on and off for around about 4 years or so, we've finally hit 200 episodes. The sharp-eyed members, or at least subscribers or viewers, whatever you want to call yourselves, will have noticed I've done over 200 posted videos on the channel, but a few of them are streams, trailers, things like that, things that I don't classify as actual proper POWs, I suppose. So what am I doing to celebrate my 200th episode? I'm going to play a game I like, which is this, Gradius V, and I'm also going to be answering a few questions while trying to play Gradius V that the kind people on Twitter have thrown at me over the last month or so. So let's get straight into this and play some Gradius V. So, standard Gradius sort of fare. Can select some weapons. We're just going to go with this one because I do like the directional lasers on this. Pretty funky. So let's get started. Now, I am going to try really hard to read my questions while playing. So first off, Anthony Doso asks, what was the first Neo Geo game you played that made you a Neo Geo fan afterwards? So good question, Anthony. Now, I first came across Neo Geo as a format in the arcades back in 1991, I'm going to say, maybe 1990. I really can't remember. And I do believe the first Neo Geo game I actually really liked was Magician's Lord, which probably a bit surprising for some. But this was back when, before the Neo Geo was synonymous with fighting games, as it is now. So yes, Magician's Lord. Okay, excellent stuff. Who's next?
This is Big Viper T301.
Right, so next up is Emma. Friend on Twitter, friend in real life. Regularly go for coffees and talk about games and shit while we're drinking coffee. So she's asked what is my proudest gaming moment. Now, predictably enough, that's actually a Gradius memory. First time I finished Gradius in the arcades in front of people. There was a guy at school who was really good at Gradius, and I used to watch him play, and then one day he challenged me to a 2-player game, so that was just alternating between lives. So of course he finished it on 1 life, and then it switched to me, and I finished it on 1 life, and I completely fluked my way through it, and he was outstanding, and there were people to witness it and everything, and I was the talk of the school the next day because I completely fluked my way through Gradius in the arcades. So that fits in quite nicely with my choice of game to play today, which as you can see is very pretty. Gradius V being a collaboration between Konami, obviously, Treasure and G-Rev, the developers of Border Down and Under Defeat. I'm not really properly concentrating on this, am I? Fine, we will get that out. Lasers are pretty low. Burning their way through the aliens like the microwave did to the hamster. Okay, so we're going on to a boss now. See if we can get a question in before the boss. So, this is a quick one from GTA Raj Gaming. Who is Bloggo and why isn't he powering me? Well, I'm sorry, I don't power everybody. You know, it's a bit of a personal thing that I'm powering. And Bloggo is me. So there you go. I hope that has answered your question suitably. This is going to start rotating it in a moment. Ship call. forgot the plot. Trying to ruin my day. Dead. Yeah, there we go. Right, let's move on to another question. So, Bruno Gaspari, what was the last anime or game that put you in a great mood after finishing it? Like you loved it so much that every time you thought about it, you put a huge smile on your face, made it feel happy and good. Well, the last game I really had a profound effect on me was Valhalla on the Switch, which is, if you don't know it, it's a indie title where you serve drinks to people in a cyberpunk bar. It's called cyberpunk bartending action as a genre, apparently, but it was really good. It's really a visual novel. You sort of read what the patrons to the bar are saying, and you serve their drinks accordingly. A little mixing table, and you follow recipes and that. It sounds as dull as dishwater, but it's actually really, really good. Now, if I'm sounding a bit off today, it's because I went out drinking last night and I've got a cold. So you shouldn't sit outside in a beer garden at 8 o'clock at night in October. Yeah. So I'm a bit sniffy. Okay, so a nice little cutscene here explaining some stuff about some time travel and that. And already we're hitting the I think this starts going into a boss rush now. Right, so let's have another question. So, from Trista Bites, if you could be any gaming character, both in real life, both in appearances and abilities, who would you be? Now that's a tough one. Trista sent that a few days ago and I've been trying to think about it. I mean, in appearance, you know me, I've cosplayed as 2B and Jill from Resident Evil in the past, so, you know, I'm probably going to go something with a female appearance, just because. But for abilities, I don't know, really. Because a lot of the characters I play are fairly normal human characters. I mean, I like the Resident Evil games, and there's nothing special about any of the Resident Evil main characters. Apart from having sort of some, you know, combat sort of skills, I suppose. But, I really don't know. I did think of Valhalla again because, you know, mixing drinks and doing that sort of thing, having that sort of social interaction with the characters, and that was a really nice little touch. But yeah, that's a really tough one. I might have to come back to that if I think something a bit further on. Of course, the other thing is there's a lot of games that I play which are shooters like this, which don't really have characters, and I can't really identify as a spaceship. But I could do, I suppose. Against it, I guess. Right, so get to a point where I can get my phone and load the next question up. Okay. So, Sergeant Goat, collaborator and friend of the channel, asks, what games world would you live in if you could choose one? Okay. Now again, it's something I've thought about. I've always really liked the aesthetic of Ico and Shadow of the Colossus. I really like that world. It just seems so mysterious and really, really interesting. So I'd probably go with that, but maybe for a holiday, not necessarily to live there permanently. I suppose the same goes for the beautiful deserted cities in the Automata as well. So those are the ones that spring to mind there. Right, so moving on to the next question. I've destroyed this brain. Dudley from Yesterday. Would you rather fight 10 regular hedgehog-sized Sonic the Hedgehogs or 1 Sonic the Hedgehog-sized regular hedgehog? Okay, right, let me just think that over while I'm shooting things in here.
Okay, you going ahead. Roger that.
Right, 10 regular hedgehog-sized Sonic the Hedgehogs. 1 Sonic Hedgehog. I don't know actually, because if you got 10 little fuckers running around, pinging around and jumping up and down rings, versus I've got basically I think, you know, even Sonic's not that as the Sonic on my TV screen. He wouldn't be much of a challenge at all, so I think I'll do that, and I'll probably, I don't know, use some weapons from if I chose a Resident Evil character from Twister Bytes question, I would have a machine gun and a grenade launcher and a shotgun to take care of them with. So yeah, it'd be easy. Excellent. Sort of 2 questions come into one there, hasn't it? Right, what's next? Congratulations, you legend. Thank you very much. Here's my question. Which games left the biggest impression? Well, again, predictably enough, it's going to be Gradius. Since it really did. Which is why I picked a Gradius game to play today, which I really should concentrate on. Oh, bollocks. Now, Gradius 5, of course, you can lose everything with a single hit, like I did just then, but you can pick up your multiples or your options here. Oh, shit. This is harder than I remember it being. Now, Clever fans will recognise this as a Salamander boss with the Salamander music as well, which is nice. I like it when they throw back to the games. Weapons. Oh, look, there's another Gradius 2 boss. Yep, not talking because I'm concentrating. I'm very sorry. Yeah, that's that one down. And like I said, this is the boss rush, so oh god, right, I'm going to have to concentrate for this one. The next question will have to wait. So, guessing how difficult the bosses were. Should be arm bits first, and front of it first. So can't shoot both. My options. core left to destroy. I like the way the Gradius bosses have cores and stuff like a trademark to the series. I really like that. Blow. Lovely. Okay, so Sergeant Go again asked 2 more questions. First off, is there a game or piece of hardware that's eluded my collection? Do you know what? I don't think there is at the moment. I've had and sold quite a few of the heavy hitters. You know, Panzer Dragoon Saga, Earthbound, things like that. I've also had some fairly decent Neo Geo games in the past, but at the moment I'm fairly satisfied with what I've got at the moment. I really don't think I want for anything particular at the moment. Of course, you know, sometimes you'll go out and you see something somewhere else, see something on eBay or somebody's recommended something on Twitter and you're like, oh, I think I'll get that. But at the moment, no, I'm pretty happy with my lot at the moment. So, may surprise some people, but yeah, don't think I'm after anything in particular at the moment. Sergeant Goat also asks, what game have you played to completion multiple times and why? You know what? You know what I'm going to say now. Gradius. I have completed the first Gradius so many times. I've recorded it on this channel being completed. I nearly completed it on the live stream a while back. But if I'm going to go for other games as well, something maybe with a bit more meat to its bones. I've completed Resident Evil a few times. That's always fun to play through. I really must get through to playing the remake again at some point. I think I've only finished that once. I always elected to play the original over the remake in recent years, but maybe I should fix that. And I do like going through stuff. I mean, now and again I'll play through Doom. Great memories of that. Going back to the arcade game side of things, I do like a good playthrough of Outrun or Space Harrier from time to time. Oh shit, flew into a wall. Right, to the next question now. You should see me, I was standing here playing this, I'm sitting here playing this and flipping my phone on it. The pictures on my phone I screen grabbed all these questions as they went along, as they came along, that's what I should say. Vertically scrolling bit. So next question is from Tamarcade. Doing it for me, like I say, not very well. Okay, so Tamara asks, who do you think would make the best apple crumble? James Bond Robocod or Arthur from Ghosts and Goblins, and why? Okay, now this is a question for the ages. Now, if James Bond was allowed to make an apple crumble, I can imagine there'd be 2 things wrong with it. First off, it would slightly taste of fish. Secondly, it would probably be made with penguin biscuits. So it would be less of an apple crumble, more of a sort of like fishy flavoured chocolate bar. So that by default leaves Arthur in charge of making a real apple pie, but he's going to do that in his underpants. And that is all kinds of wrong. I mean, he's not going to suitably make an apple pie while wearing his full-on battle armour, which leaves just his underpants. So, yeah. I'm having a nightmare here. There's anybody who's watched me stream play Call of Duty with Katika Shin and Yesterdine, you'll know that I do have nightmares.
Oh, I can't see. I just can't. I just keep thinking about the little animal.
Let's get to another relatively safe spot. So, next up, Shane Battens asks, what's your favourite and least liked game from a series, or more than series, or more than the one you enjoy? I'm not sure. Okay, I think I know what you're getting at. Okay, so if I take again the Gradius series as something I can talk about, my favourite of the Gradius games is the original, and the least favourite is Gradius V. It's a bit shit. They decided to use those stupid digitised sprites in it. It just wasn't very fun. Oh crap. Okay, we're going to continue there.
Please continue. 9.
Going to duck under these now. So I think that's answered your question, Shane. I'm sure that's what you were getting at. Right, coming to a boss. Got time for another quick question before the boss. Oh, it's the spider boss. Right, so Blue Williams. What's something about in real life blogger that we don't know that would make us smile? Okay. Okay, well, I'm going to get wistful and nostalgic, I suppose. I really like early mornings, especially in the summer. I do most of my recording on a Saturday morning. I will get up at 5 o'clock in the morning, come rain or shine, and start recording and sort of edit the week's video. Sometimes I do the recording the night before. Sometimes I do the recording first thing in the morning. But I love getting up early in the morning. It's just such a peaceful time of day. Nobody else is up. There's nobody getting in the way of me. I can just do my own thing, and it doesn't really matter. Just really, really nice to have that morning freedom. Cup of tea, play some games, do some editing, which I really enjoy doing, by the way. Part of the reason I do this all the time is because I really do enjoy the editing. So, I hope that's a... Oh shit! I hope that's answered your question there, Blue. Spider boss. I haven't really been concentrating on shooting, I'm just more avoiding them. Right. Oh, Jesus Christ! I was not see that coming. Okay, so we're going to continue one last time. I'm running out of questions. So next up from Wodgy. Worst game for you ever? Oh, that's a tricky one. I mean, it's games I've been disappointed with, and it's games that I've not liked because they haven't lived up to expectations. But something like the worst game for me ever. Now, I'm not going to rag on Rise of the Robots or Superman 64 because, well, Rise of the Robots is too much of an easy target. It's bad, but I was expecting it to be bad anyway. And I've never played Superman 64, so I can't really rag on that. So, okay, so I'll go with something disappointing. There was a game on the Commodore 64 my brother bought called Egbert, and it was really, really bad. It involved catching an egg or keeping an egg in the air, and it was really, really awful. So yeah, I'm going to go with that. That was bad. So, next question. Geigerpunk. Something non-game related. Do you have any tattoos, piercings, ritual branding, scarring, amputations, extra nipples, or other distinguishing features? I've got a small scar above my right eye where I ran into a cop when I was 3 years old. But other than that, no tattoos, no piercings. I am fairly dull in that respect. So sorry about that. We're on to the gooey, fleshy level, because that's always a thing in a Gradius game. One thing strange, Gradius 5 does not have a East Island Heads level, which is a bit unusual. But hey ho, suppose you can't have everything. Right, so next up, Kate Espadreams, my sister from another mister. Few questions here. What game do you think is overrated? Rated Silvergun. I said it before in my Saturn shooters roundup. It gets a lot of love. It's a nice enough game, but it's not the second coming of Christ. So yeah, I think that's very overrated. What else did she say? Favourite soundtrack? Now that changes on a daily basis. I'm trying to think of soundtracks I've always have on my on my MP3 player or iPod or iPhone throughout the years. And you know what? I'm not going to say game soundtrack. I'm going to say a movie soundtrack, which is the Big Trouble in Little China soundtrack, John Carpenter, which is a fantastic soundtrack, and I love it. And I've been listening to it while travelling, commuting, whenever I go somewhere. It's always been. I've had it copied on tape, I've had it on CD, I've had it copied to mini disc. It's been on every one of my various MP3 players over the years. It's on my phone. So yeah, the Big Trouble in Little China soundtrack is the one for me. Kate does have a third question here. What game would you recommend to a non-gamer? Tell me simple. Pac-Man, Tetris, maybe the Tetris on the Switch. That's probably a good one. Or the really spangly new Pac-Man game, something like that. Or depending on who you're recommending it to. If you say you're recommending a game to a racing car fan or a flight sim nut, or at least an aviation nut, you'd recommend a sim of one of those two to somebody who doesn't necessarily play games. So that's probably what I'd go with those. Okay, next up we have Chinivision. Who was the most cynical games publisher of the 80s and why? Well, there you go, it's US Gold, without a shadow of a doubt. I mean, there's only one company who would have the brass balls to take an old soccer game and repackage it as a brand new soccer game just by adding lots of shit in the box like stickers and patches and stuff. So yeah, totally US Gold. Also, it was US Gold that seemed to have a new label each week for their games. So they Go, they had I can't remember the other ones, but yeah, there seems to be one every single week. They launch a new game label which release 2 games and then disappear into the ether. So yeah, US Gold for sure. Bunch of twats. Let's get through this gooey, messy stuff before we have the next question. Right, so next one is Mr. PSB, who asks, why are you so much better at Call of Duty than Kotak Shin? Yeah, I'm not, am I? She kicks my ass on a regular basis. And then she beats me at Call of Duty. Yeah, I went there. Not with your mum joke inside. Crap. Now I'm not concentrating. what the Jesus Christ. I've completely lost track of what the hell I'm doing here now. Oh, gooey shit all over the place. Right, so what's the next question? Okay, from Balspawn, my friend Doomy. She asks... Oh, I'm going to have to continue again. She asks, if you had to cosplay as a video game character forever and couldn't wear any other clothes, who would you be? So I've just realised I've gamed over. It's got no credits left, but I've only got 2 questions left. So, as I said from Doomy, so cosplay character, I would have to, couldn't wear any clothes, so who would it be? I would totally cheat with this and say, I'd say Ada Wong from Resident Evil, simply because she's got a wardrobe, she's got different outfits throughout different versions of the games, and I could just choose from the different outfits there, but still be cosplaying as the same character, so I'm totally cheating there. And lastly, from Jill Knight Jess, again 3 questions. What is one of your most underrated gems that most of us may have never played? Jackal on the NES. Seriously, it's really great. It's not particularly well known coin-op. NES version less known. Really good. What is your most overrated turds that nobody should ever have to play? This goes back to what I was saying a while ago about, I wouldn't say Radiant Silverguns by any stretch of the imagination a turd, but I think it's overrated. However, I mentioned that Commodore 64 game, Egbert, yeah, that was a turd. And finally she asks, which game character has the cutest shoes? I have such exacting standards when it comes to footwear, and I'm probably going to say, I don't know, probably Ada Wong again, because nice selection of footwear. She wears heels. This always goes down here. Goes down well here, should I say. So there we go. There were some questions from Twitter. There was me failing horribly at playing Gradius V. Maybe I should have played something a bit slower paced while reading messages from my phone. So thank you for watching. Please comment, like, subscribe, all the other stuff. I am on Ko-Fi, or Coffee as Dudley wanted me to call it. And thank you for watching this, and I will see you soon.
Welcome to bonus day.
Right, so bonus question from Trip the Console. What's your favourite shooter one for each system your own? So we have Ghost Pilots on the Neo Geo, Darius Burst on PS4, Gradius V on PS2, Under the Feet on Dreamcast, One Hander on PlayStation, Salamander Deluxe Pack on Saturn, Gradius on the Famicom on NES, Game Boy we've got Gradius Advance, Mega CD, Robo Lest, Mega Drive, Thunder Force 4, Master System, Power Strike 2, Super Nintendo, Gradius 3. There you go, Trip.
Yeah, subscribe or naff off.